Guys, here's what I think. I'm not going to join this invader hunt thing.
Let's see who dies. Right, of course not.
A rational decision, really.
I hope you can all follow my lead in this. I know I will. There's nothing to be afraid of if we all reject it together.
Hey! Don't speak for everyone just yet. But what, you mean you're joining? Of course! I'll never get a chance to live out my fantasies like this again. Besides, the name Invader Hunt makes the game sound like it's gonna be an absolute blast.
I'm with Takumi on this one. You'll find me playing that game over my dead body. This Invader Hunt is just the culprit trying to trick us into believing it'll be fun, but it's clearly stated on the blackboard that this is a killing game. The recording said as much too. I'll follow Takumi's lead as well. It's against my artistic principles to kill for entertainment. This message don't make sense anyway. Okay, are we all gonna say no and are we all gonna die? The sponsor said those not in the game will be eliminated, but we'd still get eliminated sooner or later if we did join.
Don't be stupid. Nobody has to die if we win, right? Right? Tatami, are you listening to yourself? You're taking this I love killing games persona a little too far, aren't you? I'm not. I'm just saying what I really think.
Tarumi's pigtails swayed as she vigorously shook her head in denial, but there was definitely some uncertainty in her eyes. What about you, Hideko? You haven't said anything yet. Either choice is fine with me.
What do you mean?
I'm not interested in this game at all. I am, however, interested in finding out the sponsor's identity.
They'll make their move eventually, whether we join this silly game or not.
That's when we'll swoop in and bring that sicko down, right? That's more or less what I was thinking. Then we have an answer. Yes, we're not gonna join the Invader Hunt. Darumi, you don't mind, do you?
I do mind, but it's not like I can play a killing game by myself. Fine, I'll go with the majority.
After that, we decided to stay together until the stipulated time. We didn't know what might happen, and there was always the possibility the sponsor was actually one of us. Staying together meant we could prevent the sponsor from trying anything. I didn't tell anyone about that second reason, though. They all seemed convinced that the sponsor was an outsider who had infiltrated the school. Well, they were acting like they thought that anyway. The sky turned dark as we whiled our time away. Finally, it was 7 p.m., the time mentioned on the voice recorder. That was when I threw the door to the leisure lounge open. Not because I wanted to join the game, of course. I was there to declare as team leader that none of us would be joining. Everyone else stood outside just in case. Turning around, I could see the others trying to peer in through the door, which was slightly ajar. There was nobody inside the room. Not even a faint presence. After looking around, I lifted my head to the ceiling and shouted, "Hey, are you there? Can you see me? I'm here to tell you none of us will be joining your stupid invader hunt." No response at all? Have it your way. That's all I wanted to say. Have a bad night. After that cold farewell, I turned around and stepped out of the leisure lounge. And prayed for the night to come. Are we all camping? Please tell me we're all camping in the cafeteria, please.
Oh boy, you really said it. And after the sponsor said they'd kill us all if we refused to play the game. Don't say I didn't warn you. Will we be okay? Gaku got killed the last time we did this.
We need to work on his one-liners.
Well, that killer fled and went outside the wall of fire, right?
Most likely, yeah. That's why the sponsor of this game probably isn't one of us. Kako even said this morning that the handwriting was different this time.
I can't be completely sure because they used spray paint. If the sponsor wasn't the one who killed Gaku, there's also the possibility this entire thing was just a prank.
So we need not be unnecessarily shaken?
That's if the sponsor wasn't the killer. The truth of the matter remains to be seen.
Everybody fell momentarily silent after that. Question. What's the plan for tonight? Plan? Our sleeping arrangements. Where should we all spend the night?
Oh.
I'm definitely sleeping with in my dear sister's room. I'll stay with Takemaru. No way. What? You don't trust Takumi, even after he saved my life. You and me are through, man. But the Tsukumo twins aside, why don't we sleep in our own rooms like normal? Just lock the door and you'll be fine. I agree. There are 13 people here. Making everyone sleep in pairs would leave one person out. I mean, there could be a group of 3. Alright, but why not put that person with one of the other pairs?
Oh.
We should avoid having 3 people in one room. It's too risky. Risky? Why? Ugh, not again. Our team's already discussed this to death, and now I have to repeat myself? Despite her complaint, Hideko carefully explained to those from the other academy why we decided having 3 people in a room together was a bad idea. That does make sense. I forgot what her reasoning was.
We should all go back to our own rooms then. Nah, you just triggered the mother of all death flags and you don't even know it. Well, anyway, anything to spice things up around here.
That decided, we all returned to our own rooms to sleep after dinner. Ema insisted on sleeping in Kako's room, but nobody protested on that point. Day 26. Threesome was the answer, are you sure? Oh, if 2 people were working together. Gotcha. In the morning, I headed to the cafeteria for breakfast, only to find that everyone else was already there. 1, 3, 9. Oh my, how is it that I count 14 souls?
Because you're terrible at math. There are only 13 people here.
You see, nothing bad happened. So it was just a prank after all?
But by who?
And for what purpose? If you're asking me, I think the most likely suspect is... We all turned to look at Darumi.
Wait a minute, you're accusing me of being the game's sponsor?
I don't think so. Darumi doesn't have the guts to pull off something like that.
Ugh, you underestimate me. I may not have guts, but I've still got my brain meats. They're small and overpowered, but they're there all the same.
Oh, for the love of murder. Hey, can't we just be happy that nothing happened? Please excuse me for exposing you to my foul-smelling dumpster breath, but why don't we all have breakfast together? After breakfast, we all headed off to do our own things, relieved that nothing bad had happened after all. As for me, I went back to my room. Almost immediately, a visitor came knocking. I opened the door to find Tsubasa standing outside.
Huh?
Did something happen? You asked me about Eva's mask yesterday, remember? I brought it here for you. Oh, thanks. Sorry for the trouble. I took the mask from her. What are you gonna do with it? I was thinking of returning it to Eva. What? You trust her now?
Huh?
Not really, it's just... Oh, I know. You fell in love with her. What? Of course not! Tsubasa narrowed her eyes at me and I felt my palms get sweaty. Never mind. It's none of my business. Everyone's free to love who they want. I told you that's not it! Since we're talking about the mask, I looked it over out of curiosity and found something pretty interesting. That mask isn't an ordinary accessory. It actually comes installed with a bunch of high-tech features. Infrared night vision, zoom functions, organic life detection. There's even a miniature air tank inside that allows it to turn into a gas mask. Using that air tank, the wearer can survive completely shut off from the outside world for as long as 30 minutes. That's amazing. It almost sounds like it'd be a waste to give it back to Eva. You wouldn't be able to use it, Takumi. It's custom made to fit a specific shape. Eva's the only one who can wear it. Guess I might as well give it back after all. Even with the best technology in the world, she can't possibly harm any of us from inside that cage. Right? Tsubasa thought about it for a while before nodding in agreement. By the way, when's she gonna give us more information about the enemy? He did promise to be useful if we spared her life. I actually think it'd be best if we could get her to join us as an ally. An ally? Yeah, so that she can fight in defensive battles along with us. We'd need some kind of safety measure before allowing her to cut loose, of course. Like a collar with a bomb, maybe. That should put everyone at ease, right? If she tries to run or do something funny, all we have to do to stop her is press a button to activate the bomb. A bulb lit up in my mind as Tsubasa was speaking. Tsubasa? Let's say there was already a self-destruction device in Eva's body. Would it be possible for someone else to activate it? It depends on how the bomb was built. If the detonation mechanism was designed to be triggered remotely, then maybe. Huh. In that case, your plan might actually work. The detonator is on a joint on my left hand pinky finger. Moving it in a particular motion triggers an explosion. Wait, you were being serious? You weren't just speaking hypothetically? You think that's something you can do? You want me to create a detonation device for the bomb inside her? Yes. Once it's done, we'll have the perfect safety measure. And then we can allow Eva to join us, huh? Alright, I'll give it a shot. Awesome. I'm counting on you. The look on her face. This is horrible, right? After Tsubasa left, I went to look for Hideko to get the key from her. The key that would open Eva's cage. I walked into the courtyard, her mask in hand. Takumi. Here you go, as promised. That's my mask. It sure is. I opened the cage using the key Hideko gave me. After handing Eva's mask to her, I closed the door and locked it again. Thank you, Takumi. I don't know what to say. No need, just keeping my promise. Well, I'll be seeing ya. I turned around, giving a casual wave as I walked away. ... I'm back in my room, but now what? There's nothing for me to do here. I may as well go take a walk around school. Oh my god, the first time we have free time in this timeline. I love this character so much. Almost everyone is likable. I went to bed after an uneventful day. Nah, it only seemed uneventful. Something may have been brewing behind the scenes without me noticing. Oh, foreshadowing. But since I had no way of ascertaining that, I decided to simply go to bed and embrace sleep for the night. Day 27. Ding dong, ding dong. I woke up as the morning announcement played. It had barely finished when a piercing scream resounded in my ears. Why is Shoma screaming? I think I picked Tsubasa. If I picked Kako, I might get stabbed by Ima. I jumped out of bed and dashed out of my room. Oh, what happened? Oh, no. Okay, my man is still standing. Hideko, Tsubasa, and Takemaru were all on the roof already. It's not Shoma just now. Yeah, I came running out when I heard it. I was already here when she came out. The scream came from the back of the building. Are you sure? Trust me, I've got a dog's hearing. Okay, let's go. We made our way down the stairs as quickly as we could and headed for the back of the school. It didn't take long for us to reach our destination where we saw... It must have just happened. We heard him screaming. It just happened. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, no. Who did it?
Shoma!
I rushed over to check his pulse and breathing.
Nothing. He's dead.
It just happened, guys.
No way!
By this time, other team members had come running as well. It was Nozomi, Moko, Kyoshika, Yugamu, and Kurata. They gasped and their eyes went wide when they saw Shoma's body.
Shoma!
Impossible! What is this?
Is he breathing?
No, unfortunately.
It just happened! Put him in the Revive-O-Matic!
Get your act together. It's too early to give up.
Oh, wait. They reprogrammed the Revive-O-Matic. It can't be used unless they're in battle. Crumbs.
We just heard him screaming. He can't have been dead longer than 10 minutes.
Exactly!
Right. We can use the Revive-O-Matic to bring him back.
No, we can't!
Let's get him to the infirmary!
Yes, but just one moment.
The hell?
Sir Ima, Lady Kako, and Lady Darumi have not shown up yet.
Hey, you're right.
Maybe they woke up early and went to the cafeteria first?
Uh-oh, or maybe we're gonna find 3 more fresh dead bodies.
Even so, they should have heard the scream. Weird that they didn't come running like the rest of us.
This isn't the time to discuss that. Get Shoma to the infirmary now.
Yeah, I'll carry him there on my back. I don't know how to work the Revive-O-Matic, though.
I'll come with you. The rest of you can go look for Ima, Kako, and Darumi.
Got it.
Oh, they're probably dead. Takemaru put Shoma on his back and immediately ran off to the infirmary with Tsubasa. The rest of us then split up to look for Ima, Kako, and Darumi. Since the person who attacked Shoma could still be lurking nearby, we split into teams for safety. I partnered with Hideko. We decided to start with the cafeteria. We made our way there as soon as we could, but there was nobody else inside. Ima, Kako, Darumi, anybody there? No response. Can we check the fridge? Since we're here. Looks like they're not here. Yes, let's try somewhere else. Did we check the fridge? Turning around, we dashed down the hallway towards the gym. But when we got there... Bading badang? Hey, I can't open the door. Is it locked? I peered through the small opening in the slightly ajar door. There's a latch. Someone latched the door from inside. Hideko and I looked at each other nervously, neither daring to breathe. Oh no, is this gonna be a locked door mystery? Oh no. We're gonna have to break the door down. And you're right. On 3. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. The door refused to budge even after we threw ourselves against it numerous times. Soon the noise we were making started attracting the others to the gym as well. We need some help here, guys. What we were trying to do was obvious enough that we didn't have to explain. Everyone nodded, took a couple of steps back, and prepared to charge the door. Ready? Go! The latch broke apart with a cracking sound, and we all tumbled into the gym together. And lying on the floor in front of us. Put your armor on, right? Whoa, 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 whoa. Poison?
This is...
Unbelievable.
I ran to Kako and put a finger on her neck. There was no pulse. She was deathly cold. Hideko came from behind me and started examining Kako's body. Once she had finished, she turned to look at the others and silently shook her head.
But it's okay. She couldn't have been dead for too long, like Shoma.
Then we should take her to the infirmary now!
Yeah.
Nozomi ran over to Kako and lifted her up. As she did, something fell out from Kako's right hand. What's this? A medicine bottle? TTX? By the time I noticed it, Nozomi had already run out of the gym carrying Kako's body. As the rest of us started to leave, Hideko suddenly spoke up. Wait, Yugamu, you go with Nozomi.
Huh.
Moko, Kyoshika, Kurara, continue looking for Ima and Darumi, and Takumi, you stay here. What? Why? Just do as I say for now. I'll explain later. Alright. Let us be off at once. The others nodded at each other and then ran towards the hallway, leaving only Hideko and myself at the scene of the crime. Why only me? There's only one exit here, and it was latched shut. I turned to look at the exit. Lying on the floor nearby was a mop that had been broken into 3 pieces. The mop handle had been used as a makeshift latch. It'd be impossible for someone to latch the door like that from outside, which means this incident happened in a locked room. Assuming this is true, there are 2 possibilities I can think of. Can you guess what they are? I answered hesitatingly. The first possibility is that, as much as I hate to say it, Kako killed herself, right?
Oh.
Yes. Look at that bottle that dropped from her hand. What does the label say? TTX.
Huh.
It's an abbreviation for tetrodotoxin. Is that a real toxin?
Huh.
It's extremely poisonous. Swallowing just 1 or 2 milligrams is fatal. Are you saying Kako drank this? It's a real toxin? Oh, dang. I don't know, but we'll have time to think about that later. The other possibility is the more pressing one. Because if Kako didn't take the poison herself, it didn't take me long to make the connection. The killer is still hiding somewhere in the gym. It's extracted from pufferfish. Interesting. Yes, if there is a killer, that is. I told you to stay behind. Alright, let's look around. Hideko and I searched the gym as cautiously as we could. Despite leaving no stone unturned, we didn't find anyone hiding anywhere. This makes it clear that Kako took her own life. Does it, though? Shoma was found sliced up at the back of the building around the same time. Don't you find it strange that somebody killed him while Kako killed herself? No, there's nothing strange about that if Kako had been the one to kill Shoma. Ooh, and I had I had a nagging suspicion that maybe it was Kako because she went totally mad at the end of the original timeline. After stabbing him to death, she ran to the gym, blocked the door with the mop handle, and ingested the poison to kill herself. I decided to state my opinion objectively, even though I really didn't want to say those words out loud.
Oh.
Maybe, but that wouldn't make sense if Kako died before Shoma. Remember how Kako felt when you touched her body? Yeah, she'd already gone completely cold. I noticed it too. It's probably been several hours since she died. So Kako killed herself sometime last night, and then somebody killed Shoma sometime this morning. Where is Ima? If her death is ruled as a suicide, it's probably because she found Ima's dead body. We need to find Ima. So Kako killed herself sometime last night, and then somebody killed Shoma sometime this morning? Or Kako was already murdered. That's a possibility as well. How is that possible when the door was latched from the inside? Wait, there's something more important here. If Kako had already been dead for a few hours, I'm afraid it's already too late for her. Oh no. Tsubasa, Nozomi, and Yugamu were in the infirmary when Hideko and I arrived. They were standing around with grave looks on their faces. How are Shoma and Kako? Well, we managed to successfully revive Shoma. That's great. Yes, what a relief. But he's still unconscious. His physical body has been restored to full health, but it seems he hasn't recovered mentally from the attack yet. Where is he? Sleeping in his room. Hakimaru is taking care of him. And what about Kako? We did put her body in the Revive-O-Matic, but alas, Hideko and I went behind the Revive-O-Matic to look at the monitor. What was written on the screen made our hearts sink. Cause of death, respiratory paralysis-induced asphyxiation. Estimated time of death, day 27 between 1 and 4 a.m. Same time. Traces of TTX poison detected in body. Oral intake of TTX presumed to have led to respiratory paralysis-induced asphyxiation. No external injuries found on body. Too much time has passed since death. Impossible to revive. The silence of the room was broken by a door being thrown open and 3 people running in. Dotami, you're safe. Where is Ima? Where were you all this time?
In the rec room, playing slots.
You were doing what?
You can't blame me. I overslept this morning and didn't see anyone in the cafeteria.
Maybe you overslept because you were up between the hours of 1 and 4 a.m. murdering people?
I just assume everyone was off doing their own thing.
Yoshika and I found her in the rec room and dragged her here. We've already told her about Shoma and Kako. Still, we didn't yet know if they'd been successfully revived, so here we are.
Did it go well?
Just then, 2 other people barged into the room noisily. Okay, he's alive. This is concerning. He's probably gonna flip his lid. He's gonna lose his mind. Miss Suzuki told me what happened. I fell asleep in my dear sister's room last night, but when I woke up, she was nowhere to be found. I've been looking around for her ever since.
I saw him running around the hallways like a headless chicken and brought him here.
Where is my dear sister? What has happened to her? I explained the situation to everyone who had just arrived. The news that Kako could no longer be revived hit everyone like a ton of bricks. Tears started welling up in Moko and Kiyoshika's eyes, while Kurata was sniffling away under her mask. Dotami alone shed no tears. She had a vacant look on her face as she stared absently into space. And as for Ima...
No! 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 Dear sister! My dear sister! No!
With an anguished cry, the distraught Ima lost control of all reason and started lashing out. We managed to wrestle him to the ground and pin his limbs down even as he struggled violently.
Wait here while I go grab the gamma field.
What's that?
Yeah, what's that?
A powerful anesthetic. We have some in the biolab.
Yugamu dashed off as quickly as he could. He came back a while later with the Gamafil, which he then injected into Ima. The drug caused Ima to weaken and slump over. Yugamu observed him closely.
All is fine now. He's unlikely to wake up before tomorrow morning.
We moved the unconscious Ima to his room and assigned Moko to watch over him. After that, we took Kako's body to the morgue. There were now 3 bodies lying on tables in the morgue. Kako's body was the smallest. After staring at her, when I closed my eyes, I could still see her innocent smile. I couldn't believe the girl I had thought of like my own little sister was now gone. An indescribable ache spread through my chest at that thought. Unable to stand the pain, I forced myself to look away. After that, we went to the courtyard to check the cages. Eva was still inside hers, the door securely locked. Hideko and I went on to tell the others what we'd learned from investigating the gym. The improvised latch, the bottle of poison, and how there had been no one else inside. While we were talking, the sun had set and the darkness of night was slowly taking over. It was already evening. Since nobody was in the mood for a meal, we gathered in the leisure lounge instead of the cafeteria. Why? Sir Takemaru, were you not supposed to be attending to Sir Shoma? Yugamu took over. Shoma's still out cold, but he's physically fine now. I just don't understand why Kako would kill herself. As I've already explained, we don't know for sure that it was suicide. We haven't found a suicide note, not in the gym, on her clothes, or in her room yet.
But the gym door was latched shut from the inside.
And you didn't find anyone else in there, correct? Yes, but I find it hard to accept Kako had killed herself when Shoma was clearly killed by someone else. And Ima is perfectly fine. That, to me, that would be the only reason why she did that.
Oh.
Why would she even do such a thing? I won't be fully convinced until a clear reason surfaces.
I think she was murdered too, by that sponsor who was trying to get us to join the invader hunt. They did warn us this would happen. We all heard that recording said, what that recording said, remember? All who refuse to join the game will be eliminated.
All who refuse. That means the rest of us are targets too. You telling us that sponsor wants to kill us all? The first threatening message said something about everyone dying too.
It sure did. The first and second threats. We assumed they were written by different people because of the handwriting. But I'm starting to think it was the same person after all. We went against the first notes. We ignored their demand to leave the academy and chose to stay behind instead. That gave the culprit an idea. I'll hold a killing game and force those guys to murder each other. But when we went against the second request as well, they decided they were gonna have to do it themselves. And by it, you mean killing us? Yep, it all makes sense when you think of it in this way, doesn't it?
That would mean the perpetrator has already murdered 4 people. 4? Sir Gaku, Lady Kako, Sirei, and Sir Shoma. Though Sir Shoma was lucky enough to escape the jaws of death. So we're up against a ruthless serial killer here. We can't just let someone butcher our friends and get away scot-free.
But how do we find them?
Haven't I mentioned this before? The killer may well be one of us. Everyone tensed up at Hitoko's words and started exchanging suspicious glances. Not everyone is a suspect, though. It would have been impossible for Takumi, Tsubasa, Takemaru, or me to have done this.
How can you be so sure?
Because we were on top of the roof like the minute he yelled. Oh, that's right. The 4 of us met each other on the rooftop this morning, immediately after Shoma was screaming. He was stabbed at the back of the building. Even if we could teleport, there's no way we could have appeared on the rooftop right after slicing him up like that. He wasn't thrown down from the rooftop after being stabbed either. His body hadn't taken any fall damage. Just a moment, what if all 4 of you were working together? It would definitely seem possible from your point of view, yes. That would also mean 1 in 3 of our team are killers. I don't think the SDU would be worth much then.
That line of reasoning isn't strong enough to prove your innocence.
Anyway, what were the rest of you doing at that time? I remember those who came after us were Nozomi, Kiyoshika, and Kurata. Moko and Yugamu too, though they aren't here right now. Where did you guys come from? I ran from the entrance hall. I simply found myself in a group as I was heading to the back of the building. How did you know to go there?
Well, I heard Shoma scream, but I chose to wait in my room first before making a move. Then I overheard you guys talking outside. You said something about the scream coming from the back of the building, remember? So I followed you to the scene of the crime.
Nozomi and Darumi said the same thing, but I couldn't tell if they were telling the truth. Whatever the case, there was no denying the perpetrator could have joined up with the group halfway through without anyone realizing. Your suspicions are misplaced, especially when there is a much likelier suspect to cast aspersions on.
Yes, someone who didn't even show up at the crime scene. Huh? Wait, you mean me?
You were totally trying to get us all to join that stupid killing game. So when we refused to cave after the second threat, you decided to...
It wasn't me! I had nothing to do with that threat. I overslept, that's all.
We all shot Darumi deeply suspicious looks. Her dismay and bewilderment were palpable. Beads of sweat rolled down her face, making her makeup run. Hey, can I say something? I think it's counterproductive for us to be doubting each other like this. How are we gonna handle future battles if we can't even stay united? Let's calm down and think about things rationally. Under normal circumstances, the probability of the killer being an outsider is a lot higher than the alternative. Would an outsider be able to slip in without triggering the alarm? Well, that's...
Maybe it was Eva.
impossible. We checked the cage just now, remember? She was still inside, and the gate was properly locked. Not only that, I have the key right here. This is the only key, and it can't be duplicated, as Hiruko said. Also, I locked my door last night, so nobody could have stolen the key from me while I was asleep. What if you were working with her? I can debunk that theory. Takumi has been with me since this morning. Even if he had let Eva out of her cage last night to stab Shoma, he couldn't have locked it back up this morning without my knowledge. You need the key to lock the cage just as much as you need it to unlock it. That means it's one of us. No, it can't be. There has to be a way for someone to come in without triggering the alarm.
There's always the possibility that nobody slipped in at all.
What are you saying?
I'm saying the killer could have already been hiding in the academy before the first team was dispatched here.
That's true. If they were here already, they wouldn't have triggered the alarm.
So that person's still hiding somewhere in the school right now?
All of a sudden, Tsubasa raised her voice.
I know. I can make an organic life detection device.
Organic life? Detection device? Put simply, it's a machine that detects the number of large living organisms on school grounds. It won't be advanced enough to pinpoint their exact locations, but having a precise number should tell us if there's really an outsider hiding here. What other game did we have something like that? All the deaths? At this point, I think we have picked the everybody dies route.
You can make something like that?
I found a similar function while investigating Eva's mask 2 days ago. I took the opportunity to study it thoroughly. So yes, I can make something like that in 7 days, maybe? Oh my gosh, so many people can die in 7 days. 7 days. Until then, let's stop being suspicious of each other like Nozomi suggested. We'll assume that the killer is an outsider until proven wrong. What do you guys say? Everyone nodded in agreement. The moment I saw that, the world around me started to spin. What is this? That was the last thought on my mind before it shut down completely. Oh no, why am I passing out? Oh no! Oh no, what happened? Day 39! I woke up to the now all too familiar sight of Nozomi sitting right in front of me. How long was I out for this time? I don't remember what day it was when we passed out. It was deja vu time. She noticed right away that I was awake and leapt to her feet with an ear-piercing scream. She scuttled frantically around the room a few times more than the last before finally coming to a stop. And then she just stood there, in a daze. I watched the entire scene play out before sitting up. Why did I pass out? What day is it today? Day 39? I fainted on the night of day 27. We passed out for 12 days? So I've been out for 11 days. Sorry, 11? Guess we're almost out of emergency feeding drips. Why did I lose consciousness? I didn't get stabbed on day 27 and my old wound didn't reopen. Nozomi regarded me with a somber look on her face as I mumbled to myself. Then she gave me the diagnosis. What the heck is fainting disease? We think you have the fainting disease. Fitting. What is it and what's the cause? Fainting disease? Also known as psychogenic pseudosyncope. Syncope. Is it copy in English? In French, it's pseudo-syncope. A disease that causes you to suddenly lose consciousness after being exposed to strong psychological shock or stress. Okay. Like, your mind just blows out. I have a disease like that? Yes, after what happened to Shoma and Kako on day 27, your mind suffered a heavy blow, and even though you somehow made it to nighttime okay, the moment you felt like you could relax, your mind completely shut down, just like that. How could you tell I had this disease? This is the third time you fainted out of the blue, right? And it always takes you a long time to regain consciousness. This didn't seem like normal behavior, so we decided to scan your brain using the Revivomatics diagnosis function. I don't remember contracting any disease like that. This is what the machine's analysis said. Traces of treatment found on damaged parts of the brain. Fainting disease likely developed as after effect. Treatment on damaged parts of my brain? When did I get brain damage? I don't know what exactly happened. At any rate, the damage isn't life-threatening, and the bonk on the head the first time. That's the brain damage. At any rate, the damage isn't life-threatening and doesn't affect your cognitive functions or your judgment. So that part's nothing to worry about, at least. Easy for you to say. This means I could faint again if something stressful happens, right? Yes, but I'm sure it'll be alright. As long as we make sure nothing too stressful happens again. You jinxed it. So, has anything changed? Changed? Like, have you guys learned anything about the killer while I was out? Did Tsubasa finish making the machine she said would only take her 7 days to make? No, we haven't made any progress in that area. The unknown killer remains at large, and we don't have a single clue to follow. Nobody's been attacked since then, so we're still alive at least. What about Shoma and Ima? Shoma's regained consciousness already, but he said he doesn't know who stabbed him. What? You can ask him about it for yourself later. And Ima? He's barricaded himself in his room and hasn't said much to us. Just a word or two and we deliver food to him. Needless to say, he didn't fight in the defensive battle that happened on day 33. Ima, Shoma, and Darumi sat out the battle as usual. Darumi is sitting out battles? That's so weird. Are those three still suspicious of me? Yeah, they seem to think you're the most likely suspect, but even if you weren't the one, it had to be someone from the SCU. That's what those three believe. Nozomi and I headed to the cafeteria together where everyone except Ima, Shoma, and Darumi were gathered. When they saw me, they said things like, "You're awake," or "Thank goodness." Everyone was quietly rejoicing about seeing me on my feet again. Their reactions were a lot more subdued than before. I could hardly blame them. This was the third time I'd woken up after losing consciousness for several days. At least, that was what I thought. Turned out they had another reason to be despondent? The dark, gloomy aura that hung over the group indicated there was something more at play here. Did the invention get made? Stabbing's my favorite. I finished breakfast and returned to my room. Soon after, Tsubasa came knocking. So, how many life forces are in the building? You saw how dejected everyone seemed just now, right? Wanna know why? Sure. She pulled out something from behind her back. What's this? The organic life detection device. Oh, right, you finished it. 5 days ago, yeah. But now I wish I hadn't. Why not? Is there 14 bodies? Wait. 12? Because this is the reason everyone's jumping at shadows. Turn the device on as she spoke. 13. Eva would have been the 13th. Yep, the total number of life forms in this academy. It's all of us, including Eva. Which means there are no outsiders in this school, and the culprit is really one of us. Yep, what everyone believes now. Except for me and Nozomi, that is. You two still think it was an outsider that did it? I don't know, but the killer could have fled outside after stabbing Shoma, right? The possibility of that happening seemed low to me, but I forced myself not to voice those doubts. Anyway, that's why everyone's so down. Basically, it's because they're all suspicious of one another. This isn't gonna end well. Without trust, we won't be able to put up a unified front during the next defensive battle. Can't you do something, Takumi? I'll do what I can to help as well. Just tell me what you need. Oh, I just remembered. I finished that other thing you asked me to make a while ago, too. Wait, what thing? You know, the remote detonator that'll trigger the bomb in Eva's body? I managed to complete it after carefully investigating her body, with her consent, of course. Tsubasa rummaged through her pocket and took out something that looked like a remote control. I took it and gripped it tightly in my hand. I have the power. Thanks, this puts me at ease. I'll probably add Eva to the team starting from the next battle. Yeah, that should help out our, Yeah, that should help out our combat power. The problem is getting the others to trust her. I've done my part. The rest is up to you. With that, she left the room. Up to me, huh? How should I do this? What was it Tsubasa said before? The killer could have fled outside after stabbing Shoma? To be honest, I didn't think they did. I had no concrete proof, but everything that had happened so far felt like part of a larger scheme that someone was orchestrating. I feel like it's Darumi. At the very least, I was convinced the culprit wasn't going to stop at Shoma's stabbing. In that case, excluding myself, the killer must be one of the other 12 students at this academy. No, wait. Shoma was a victim. If Hideko, Tsubasa, Takemaru, and Eva were also innocent, that leaves just 7 suspects. Darumi, Nozomi, Yoshika, Yugamu, Moko, Ima, and Kurata. And I'm eliminating the people from number 2. Because there's no way they got to the school at 12:59. That leaves Ima, which is a popular suspect, and Darumi, which is my number 1 suspect. I'd never willingly choose to treat any of my friends as suspects, but as it turns out, I don't have a choice right now. I won't gain everyone's trust until I identify the real culprit. And if I don't have their trust, the SDU would fall apart and everyone would be annihilated by the invaders. The only way to prevent that from happening is to reveal the identity of the killer. And Ima wouldn't kill Kako, exactly. You must solve this future case yourself, Takumi. That was what the boy with the undying flame said. He must have known something like this would happen. However, keep in mind Kako's how she died, it wasn't by multiple stab wounds. It was by drinking poison. At any rate, this was the only way of resolving all this that I could think of. I have to find the culprit no matter what. I clenched my fists and resolved to devote myself to the investigation. Collect information. Save my game. Exclamation point. Ima. I rang the doorbell. No answer. I tried the doorknob, but it was locked. Ima, I know you're inside. Can we talk?
Hey!
I'm trying to track down the culprit, but I need something to go on. At that, a voice called out from the other side of the door. Oh, you're awake, Mr. Sumino. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can tell you. Come on, there's gotta be something. You see, I'm suspicious of you, too. I think you may have been the one who killed my dear sister. What are you talking about? I didn't kill her, and in the first place, Kako, she...
Duh?
Killed herself? Is that what you're trying to say? A preposterous suggestion. There was absolutely no reason for my dear sister to do such a thing. She had no worries, no sorrows. Even if she did develop any, she would have told me about them. My dear sister did not kill herself. I have no doubt she was murdered. Like I told you just now, I suspect that the killer may have been you, Mr. Sumino. The only reason I haven't exacted vengeance yet is because I'm not completely sure it was you. Accidentally killing the wrong person would be playing right into the hands of the real culprit. But I might lose my sense of reason if we continue to speak much longer.
Duh?
Can you please leave now, while I'm still in my right mind? I could sense that prolonging the conversation would lead nowhere. Ima refused to respond to any further attempts to talk. Well, that was productive.
Huh?
Oh, you're still in the cafeteria.
Don't talk to us now.
We are in the midst of a very serious discussion. Nozomi just refused to listen or reason. What's the discussion about? I still don't believe the culprit is one of us. I'm trying to tell everyone to stop being so suspicious of each other.
You saw that device's total for the number of life forms in the school.
Yes, but that doesn't prove the crimes were inside dogs. The culprit must have fled outside of the wall of fire after stabbing Shoma. And we're trying to tell you that is not possible.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like a killer who'd stop at 1 or 2 victims. They clearly said they wanted to kill everyone, both in the tape recording and that first message.
I just can't.
Talk to me. Say something.
I stammered hard because I was more in line with Kurata's way of thinking than Nozomi's. I did feel bad for Nozomi, so I decided to simply avoid committing for now. Sorry, I just remembered I have something I needed to do. Gotta go, bye! Wait, talk to me! Hey, come back here, please! I ignored Nozomi's pleas and quickly bolted out of the room and into the hallway, avoiding the issue altogether. Let's go see Yugamu. Oh, medicine, one of mankind's most eminent inventions for sustaining life and dealing with death. How can I help you today, Takumi? I told Yugamu that I was investigating the case. Does that include Kako's death too? Yes, the suspicious circumstances of her death bother me as well. My main objective was to solve the attempted murder of Shoma, but that didn't mean it was my only concern. Any information that might help solve Kako's case would be more than welcome. There were other cases to think about as well, like Tsirei's destruction and Gaku's murder. But I hadn't found any further clues to those cases despite my thorough investigation on day 24. So I decided to focus on Shoma's case first, while the trail was still fresh. Is there something bothering you about Kako's case? Oh, there is. Remember her cause of death? She'd ingested tetrodotoxin, an extremely potent poison. When we found her, she was holding a bottle labeled PTX tightly in her right hand. That bottle was originally from this biolab. So the poison was taken from here? That would appear to be the case. Whether by Kako, who then killed herself with it, or by someone else who used it to kill Kako. Is this room open to everyone? Sure is. There's no lock on the door, and the cabinets are unsecured too. Anyone could have taken anything at any time. Somebody also stole some Gammaphil, plus syringes and needles to administer it. Gammaphil? The substance used to knock Ima out on day 27? The very same. But if it's still here, it hasn't been stolen, right? There are multiple bottles here. Several are missing. Who's been drugged? It didn't happen recently either. I first noticed the missing bottles on day 27. When I came here to get the supplies needed to help with Ema, I saw that there were already some missing. Why would the killer do that? We don't know for sure if the killer was the one who stole them. The thing is, at the proper dilution, this substance can numb the body's pain and emotional receptors without causing loss of consciousness. At the proper dilution, this substance can numb the body's pain and emotional receptors without causing loss of consciousness. I feel like that's really important, but they didn't color the text. I was drugged? I've been diagnosed with a mental illness that makes me pass out for several days at a time. Substance. I feel like this is important, but it's not in red. Perhaps that's what was the thief wanted us to use it for. Huh. 61 days to go. Hideko, you were here the other day too. What's so interesting about this place?
Oh?
I wanted to investigate Kako's body again. What about you? I'm here to investigate the case as well.
Oh?
As if your clumsy brain could ever bring us closer to the truth. Ah, be quiet. Hideko decided to repeat herself in a hushed voice. As if your clumsy brain...
Hey!
You know that's not what I meant. Anyway, have you already looked at Kako's body?
Oh.
Yes, and the other two as well. Huh? Eito and Gaku too? Didn't we already check Gaku's body on day 24? Yes, but something happened to me Yes, but something happened to make me realize I needed to check it again. Hideko being a savage. I've discovered two surprising facts after reinvestigating Kako's body. Surprising facts? Does one of them involve an anesthetic? The first concerns her cryptoglobin. Her body's been almost completely drained of it, but she's not a mummy. What? There's a cut on her ankle. Her body was likely moved somewhere and hung up for an extended time. Okay, go on. It was returned here after being almost completely drained of cryptoglobin. Wait, after her death? When? I'll get to that later. Let me tell you about my other discovery first. Hideko walked to Kako's body and removed the sheet that was covering it. Then she flipped the body over, and what I saw flabbergasted me. What the hell? Marks of a stolen heart. What? Somebody cut a hole in her back, smashed her ribs, and dug her heart out. What? Why would anybody do that? Before we talk about that, check the other bodies as well. I did as I was told and flipped Eito and Gaku's bodies over only to see the exact same marks on them. A large, empty cavity on their backs. Who is stealing people's hearts? Wait a minute. What's going on here? What indeed? Why are you so calm about this? Their hearts have been removed from their bodies. I know. I've been trying to tell you. When did this happen? When we investigated Gaku's body on day 24, his back was still intact. It still was on day 27, too. I checked Eito and Gaku's bodies when we moved Kako's body here. Nobody had holes in their backs at that point in time. That means it must have happened sometime after the night of day 27. Okay, so someone's stealing hearts post-mortem. Perpetrator likely did the deed to all three at the same time. That may have been when they extracted Kako's cryptoglobin as well. Who? Simple logic dictates that the culprit behind this series of events did it. But why? How should I know what the culprit is up to? Perhaps they are simply a lunatic who collects hearts as a hobby, or a gourmet who enjoys a spot of grilled myocardium with lemon on top. The Heartless are taking the hearts, obviously. Is it Mira? No, stop. Both examples are crazy. There's just one thing I can't seem to figure out. Why were the hearts extracted from the back? Because they're laying on their backs and maybe they were hoping that no one would notice? Making an opening in the chest would make removing them so much easier. Why go about it this way? Yeah, you have to like go through like the spine and stuff. Like I feel like it would be so much easier to go through the front. Neither of us could come up with anything feasible, so we decided to investigate the bodies again. But there was not a single further clue to be found. That was the most disturbing piece of intel we have found so far. Eva's locked inside. What should we do with her? Talk to her? Apparently I investigated the cage and not Eva. Oh, Takumi. Long time no see. I heard you were out cold for a while. I woke up all of a sudden for some reason. I'm glad you did. Is there something I can help you with today? There was no point asking Eva about the case, so I decided to talk about something else. Do you remember what you told me before? It was bothering me that much. I had to choose between lying to you and eventually killing everyone here, or telling you the truth and joining your side. And then you said you decided to take your chances with us, right? Yes, I will no longer try to self-destruct in everyone's presence, for the reasons I previously explained. Then will you fight with us instead? What? Vashnas, the one who betrayed you, is still alive, right? By joining us in battle, you can personally take revenge against her and her underlings. Is that why Tsubasa asked to conduct a thorough investigation of my body the other day? The cage is very cagey. So that if I ever tried anything, your team would be able to detonate the bomb inside my body remotely? Using the device she made? Yes, but I just want to make one thing clear. I didn't ask for the device because I'm suspicious of you. It's just something that's needed to put the others at ease. Eva thought for a while about what I said. Alright, you saved my life, so if there's anything I can do to help you, I'll do it. Thank you. Unfortunately, you'll still have to wait for a while before I can let you out of here. I need to clear it with the others first. Understood. I will wait. Alright, one more person to talk to. One more person or persons? Persons. Shoma, how dare you not remember who killed you, and you're probably standing beside them. What are you guys doing here?
If it isn't serial killer Takumi.
You're awake. I'm not a serial killer, so stop calling me that. Anyway, I'm investigating the identity of the culprit right now. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions? Bonsoir. Is Niall, are you going to bed? Or were you saying bonsoir to Eva? Eyebrows. Emphasis on the eyebrows when you say bonsoir.
Oh, can you be any more shameless? The criminal's role-playing as detective now.
I'm not talking to you. I'm asking Shoma. You want to know about the person who stabbed me? I've told the others a bunch of times already. I didn't get a good look at them.
Wait, I thought you were sure Takumi did it.
Yeah, but it's not like I have any proof, so...
Huh?
Does that mean you didn't see the culprit when you were stabbed? No, I did see someone, but they were wearing a mask. They were wearing a mask?
Huh?
How about the person's height or body structure? I can't be sure. They were dressed in a long black poncho thing. You must have seen some identifiable features. I was attacked the moment I turned around, so I'm afraid not. I screamed immediately, and before I realized it, I'd been shoved to the ground. I don't remember anything after that. I fainted after the first 2 or 3 stabs. I was saying it about Tsubasa thoroughly examining Eva. I see. So you don't even know if it was a man or a woman? No. Did they say anything? Actually, I did hear something as I was being stabbed. The person kept saying, "Die, die." Okay, come on. That's one of Darumi's battle cries. Then you should have been able to recognize the voice. The thing is, I didn't. Why not? Their voice had been changed with a voice changer. A voice changer, huh? I'm so glad that you got bonsoir. Most people don't. Well, I mean, like, bonsoir, it translates to, like, good evening or good night. So I'm just like, okay, either he's going to bed or he's like, bonsoir, madame. I went to the gym last. When I stepped inside, I saw that Tsubasa and Takemaru were already there. Tsubasa, Takemaru, perfect timing. I need to ask you guys about something. Bunri is what's used for going to bed. Yes. Yeah. Bunri is for going to bed, but I mean, bonsoir is like a... Yeah, hello, good evening. What is it? Remember the voice changer you showed me in the garage the other day? Is it still there? Shoma told you about the culprit using the voice changer, huh? Yeah, he did. You guessed right, Takumi. The device has gone missing. I knew it. The culprit stole it, huh? I think so. When did you realize it was gone? On day 28, the day Shoma regained consciousness. I went to the garage to check after hearing his story and... The voice changer was already gone? Yep, without anyone realizing. She showed us the voice changer on the afternoon of day 24, so it must have been stolen between that time and the morning of day 27 before Shoma got stabbed. What are you two doing here, though? I did a lot of thinking myself while you were out, and I just don't believe Kako killed herself. Me too. At first, suicide seemed like the only possibility based on the situation. After listening to Hideko, though, I started to realize how unnatural the whole thing seemed. What if she was killed? How'd the culprit get away? That's what we need to figure out. And so here we are. Maybe there's a secret tunnel or something here that we completely missed, you know? We're all here to do the same thing then. You mean... Yeah, Kako died under such mysterious circumstances that I can't stop thinking about it. Let's check the place out together. Yeah, and we can trust each other since all 3 of us here are safers. Safers? Those of us that can be safely removed from the list of suspects. Safers. That's true. And thus we began to investigate the gym. We went around knocking on walls and floors to check for hidden doors. Some time passed before Takemaru shouted at us from the stage. There's a stage. There has to be a trapdoor under that stage. There has to. Mask? Voice changer? BB? Long black cloak? I played Danganronpa, right? I have played all the Danganronpa games, officially. Hey, come over here. I found something crazy. He was standing at a corner of the stage. Tsubasa and I hurried over. What in the world? No way. There really was a hidden tunnel? Or should I say, a hidden ladder? I checked this place before I checked this place before, but I found nothing. What did you do? Told you I got a dog's hearing. I knocked on the floor and knew right away there was an empty space underneath. Then I groped around the surface and what do you know? A rotatable handle came flipping out. Grabbed the handle, pulled it, and there you have it. Let's go see what's down there. Yeah. Wasn't there a fake suicide in the first one? In the first one? Yes. Well, hang on. I'm replaying through the murders in my head. One of them had a stand-in. I don't remember. We slowly made our way down the long ladder. Eventually, I felt my toes touching solid ground. What I saw there was... Isn't this... You know this thing? The muscular woman. Yes! Yes! And it was a locked room murder. Yeah, remember what I told you before? This is the escape pod that deploys on the last day. Huh? No way. Does that mean if we can get inside, we can go to the artificial satellite? We ran to the entrance of the pod and checked the door. There was a note pinned to it. The door to this pod automatically opens on day 100. No manual override available. Despite the note, we kept looking around for a way to open it manually. However, we were unable to find anything, probably because the note says it doesn't exist. Nope, this thing can't be opened from outside. How about we use a crowbar to pry it open? Then the pod becomes useless because outer space is a vacuum. So we have no choice but to wait until day 100. Have to give up on the idea of boarding the pod before then. Crumbs. By the way, have you guys forgotten why we came down here in the first place? Of course not. We were trying to solve the locked room case, weren't we? Yeah. Hideko and I thoroughly investigated the gym after discovering Kako's body. But if the killer had been hiding in the storeroom or the ladder shaft at that time, you couldn't possibly have found them. Then after you and Hideko left the gym, the killer got out and walked through the exit like nothing ever happened. Which means Kako really was killed. We don't have concrete proof of that yet. However, this does disprove the previous notion that it couldn't possibly have been murder. Wait. Assuming for a moment she was murdered. Wouldn't that also prove the killer was an outsider? Because when we found Kako's body, Takemaru, Shoma, and I were in the infirmary, whereas everyone else was in the gym. No, not everyone else. 2 were missing. That's right, Darumi and Ima, the 2 people still on my personal suspect list. But Ima wouldn't kill Kako. Ima couldn't have been the killer. He worshipped the ground she walked on. Darumi, though, said she was playing slots or something. She could have been lying through her teeth. But it's always possible that an outsider did it. You made that life detection device yourself. Unless you're telling me you made that number up. I did no such thing. That was the correct number. But the killer could have already gotten away by the time I finished making the device, right? Just then I noticed something out of the corner of my eye. An item on the ground next to the cockpit of the escape pod. It caught my eye for some reason and I walked slowly over to pick it up. Setup! This screams setup. No way you found Ima Tsukumo's handkerchief down here. Hey, what's that? A handkerchief? So it seems. See something embroidered on it. That reads IT. Information technology? No, Ima Tsukumo. Or maybe just it, as in it girl? Could it be referring to initials of a name?
Huh?
Ima. Tsukumo. I am not buying it. Set up. Set up. He's being framed. When we exited the gym, we saw that it was already nighttime. I asked Takemaru and Tsubasa to gather the others before heading to Ima's room myself. Come out, Ima. I need to ask you about something. Somehow I felt like he would keep hiding if I told him about the handkerchief, so I decided not to say anything for now. We found a clue that may lead us to Kako's killer. I made that assertion even though I had no solid proof she had been killed because I wanted to get him out of the room. A short while later, I heard the door being unlocked. And then Ima appeared from behind it. You believe me about my dear sister being murdered? Yes. Can you come with me? Slowly but surely, Ima nodded in assent. Make sure he has no weapons on him. He also likes stabbing. Takemaru, Tsubasa, and I took everyone to the storeroom where the escape pod was being kept. We told them how we had found the place and how the pod could only be used on day 100. After climbing back out, we all headed to the cafeteria.
Huh?
So what was the clue that you found? Before that, I need to check something with Darumi. On day 27, when we found Kako's body, were you really playing slots at that time?
Huh? You're still suspicious of me? Then check the machine's play log. Then you'll know for sure I was playing around that time. And how could I have possibly stabbed Shoma if I'd been hiding in that storeroom the whole time? The only way out of that place is through that tunnel, right? I wouldn't have been able to get out of the gym until the coast was clear.
Mayhaps you clambered out of the escape pod's elevator shaft?
I'm no Spider-Woman, and that shaft has no foothold. It's impossible to climb.
What if the gym wasn't locked at that time? What if Kako was in the gym and then Shoma saw it or something? I don't know. And Darumi went to chase Shoma. Actually, Shoma said he was outside. Never mind. There's no chase scene. What if she went to kill Shoma and then went to hide in the gym right after? And then made it a closed door room. The ceiling of that shaft is covered with a thick wall. It's not something that can be opened by human hands.
How about this? You were the one to kill Kako, but not the one to stab Shoma.
You're suggesting there were two culprits?
Indeed I am. Does the number 2 ring any bells with regard to this situation? When we found Shoma's body, there were 2 people missing from the scene.
Oh, that was Yugamu's voice. You're suspicious of me as well? Ima's face twisted into a grimace. I hesitated for a moment when I saw his expression, but decided to show everyone the handkerchief we had found. This is the clue I was talking about. We found it in the escape pod storeroom. The letters IT have been embroidered on it. Are these initials?
Huh?
Wouldn't that refer to Ima Tsukumo? I thought so. This is your handkerchief, right, Ima? And the fact that it was in the storeroom means... Sir Ima killed Lady Kako. Are you out of your mind? Me kill my very own dear sister? I didn't think that was possible either. Unless Ima was the one to stab Shoma and Darumi was the one to kill Kako. Ima dropped the handkerchief in the storeroom when he was casing the joint.
I told you it wasn't me!
You think Miss Amamiya and I were accomplices?
Duh?
And that I tactically? I need a definition? And that I tacitly approved of my dear sister's murder? That's no different from accusing me of killing my dear sister myself. You're all crazy. I can't believe that thought even crossed your minds. So you deny the charge? Of course I do!
Then explain yourself. Why was your handkerchief in the storeroom?
That's because... You see, you're feeling guilty. No, no. No, 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 no! Ema dashed out of the cafeteria screaming. Wait, Ema! We all dashed after him. You know the definition? Ema grabbed the fire extinguisher in the entrance hall before running outside. We followed him as he ran out of the building. Wait, you don't know how to use your class armor in this timeline! He was running at full speed through the schoolyard, and none of us could catch up. Finally, he tore through the wall of fire and ran to the other side. We followed behind. Oh, you don't know the definition. When we got to the city ruins, something unexpected happened. All of a sudden, a large object shaped like an onion appeared out of nowhere and captured Ema, who had been running ahead of us. An onion?
What?
Ema! The onion object then flew high up in the air with Ema and vanished out of sight. I would like an image of this onion object, please. What just happened? And what was that thing? I'd seen that onion-shaped thing before in the previous timeline. That was probably a commander. Which one was onion-shaped? The mind control one? In a way that is understood or implied without being explicitly stated. Okay. Oh, it's the flying one. I guess it does kind of look like an onion.
And that's how a true lady slaughters her prey.
Are you serious? Ema's been captured by the enemy? No way. That can't be true. It's alright. We can probably figure out where they went. What? You know how Ema's been rather emotionally unstable lately, right? So much so I thought he might just up and go missing one day, so I secretly planted a transmitter in his body when bringing food to him. We should be able to see where they took him from the war room. You clever girl, you. Okay, let's all head back for now. Just nonchalantly planted a tracking device on him. We traced the transmitter and quickly figured out exactly where Ema had been taken. It was the enemy relay station we had visited in the previous timeline. We immediately started making a plan to get Ema back. After some discussion, we decided to split into 2 teams. The rescue team, me, Hiruko, Takemaru, Tsubasa, and Kurara. Fantastic, I love that team. The defense team, Nozomi, Moko, Kyoshika, Yugamu, Toma, and Darumi. Pretty balanced. Tsubasa is kinda dark for someone so sweet, right? Must we rescue him even though he may very well be the killer? It's not set in stone yet. What if it was all what if it was all a mistake? Could you ever live with the fact that you abandoned an innocent friend? I knew you would say that. I was just making sure. Having only 5 people on the defense team is not very reassuring. Yeah, can't we add 1 more or something?
No, what if the enemy attacks in the meantime?
We can't afford to be lax on home security. In that case, Takumi. Yeah, it's time. Everybody follow me. I made Takumi sound so confident. Oh, she was cueing me on the other member. Sir Takumi, Lady Eva is out and about now. Why have you done such a thing? As you can see, I let her out. But why? I intend to let her join the rescue team. Huh? I explained about the bomb in Eva's body and the remote detonator we had made to trigger it. And you really think this will work? If you feel she's acting suspicious, you can press the button to blow her up yourself. I put the remote detonator into an astonished Hidiko's hand. Oh, this is dangerous. Now do you feel reassured? Hidiko fell silent at my words. After a few moments, she said, Have it your way. Thank you for having me on the team. I look forward to being useful to you. All right then, we'll be right back. With Ima. Good luck. Stay safe. The rescue team set off for the enemy relay station where Ima was being held captive. Ooh, the only thing with the rescue team, no healer. So we're gonna have to be careful. Day 40. By the time we got close to the relay station, the sun was just starting to rise. We got off the bus and climbed up a small hill to survey the relay station. We got this, right?
We don't know where exactly Ima is being held in this base, but that doesn't matter. Let's just bust in there and start kicking ass and taking names.
Why do I always think Tsubasa has a healing ability? Probably because she is a support unit. Maybe Eva heals.
Yeah, you guys already saw how that commander could fly.
That has to be Quenzele.
Quenzele? Is that his name?
Yes, and he's an absolute creep. Feel free to make mincemeat out of him.
With pleasure.
A flying enemy? Sounds like a headache already. How do we even get to him? We'll be fine with my specialist skill on our side. I'll whip up some surface-to-air artillery and knock him down in one shot. The thing is, I'll have to start crafting it after he actually appears.
Why? Can't you just make it now?
This particular weapon can only hold its shape for 5 minutes. After that, its internal pressure will cause it to explode.
Fun.
Got it. Guess there's no helping it then.
Okay, guys, let's do this. Special Defense Unit, move out.
Easy peasy. No one died. I had a little panic attack there,
Now,
but
do
it's
you
fine.
understand that I would never betray you?
I shall reserve judgment until this entire battle is over.
Where's the commander?
That Quenzele guy?
He should be here any time now. Aha. Speak of the devil.
There it is.
I am the paragon of repulsion, Quenzele. I'll be sure to make it agonizingly painful when I kill you. Go ahead, scramble for your ugly lives. You won't escape from me.
Yeah, the onion sounds pompous.
He's finally here, like moths to a flame.
Everybody, cover Kurata while she crafts the artillery.
Understood.
Got it.
That means she can't put support stuff around. Got all of them in 3 turns.
It's set. Told you it wouldn't take long.
Shoot it down. Get that onion. Down it goes. Pew.
And that's how a true lady slaughters her prey.
Woo! Deja vu. Murder.
Wretches.
I'm ready to go. Here goes.
Not like this. The pain. It hurts. Why do this? What has prompted this cruelty?
Well, you kidnapped my friend.
Serves you right, Quenzele.
You're Ava! I noticed you were here a while back, but... Does this mean you've switched allegiances?
Yes. It's not as if I had any future in the Sovereign Army anyway.
Suddenly, Quenzile broke off and stared at something behind us.
Overlord Vashnis!
I won't fall for that.
What?
We all turned around at the same time, but she wasn't there.
Huh? There's no one there.
Oldest
Don't
trick in the
tell
book.
me.
We turned back around, but it was too late. He ran away. During those precious few seconds, the defeated commander had disappeared completely.
He got away?
Freaking coward!
I guess you could say that Quenzile has been... quenzled.
Oh no, don't. Oh no, don't tell me she likes puns. Oh no. Oh no. That was a Sino level pun. Whenever I have free time, if that happens, I need to go and level up people's skills. After the battle, we split up to look for Ima. It took a while, but I eventually found him locked up in a
Ima,
cage.
are you alright? Hold on. I'll get you out now.
Mr. Samino!
I swung my sword down on the lock and it broke apart with a loud noise. I opened the door and quickly guided Ima outside, but then I saw something flashing out of the corner of my eye right next to the cage. A bomb?
A bomb?
The next moment, rip us. Did we just die? I instinctively grabbed Ima from behind. This snap action meant my body shielded Ima from the brunt of the blast. A scalding pain ripped through my back. I choked down a cry of pain and asked,
Ima, are you okay?
Yes! But what about you?
Yeah, don't worry about me. As long as you're fine.
Huh? Huh? Mr. Samino? Mr. Samino! Mr. Samino!
"Quick, get me to the Revive-O-Matic!" Day 50. This implies I'm still alive. I woke up to the expected sight of Nozomi sitting right in front of me. We need to get this girl a better chair. This time she wasn't shocked at all. Instead, she looked at me with a gentle softness in her eyes.
Morning. You're awake now?
I didn't have to ask about the day since it was mentioned in the announcement just now.
It's day 50 today.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry about the feeding drips. We went to the second academy and brought a whole lot back.
Oh. Thanks as always.
You should thank the others too. They were the ones who actually got the drips, and I wasn't the only person taking care of you while you were out.
I sat up in bed. Was Ima taking care of me? I sat up in bed for some strange reason. I wasn't feeling any aches or pains. You seem fine physically. The truth is, your external injuries weren't as bad as they seem. Which means the real reason I was out for such a long time was because of the fainting disease? I think so. Has anything changed? If you mean the murder cases, we haven't made any progress. Ima and Darumi are still denying they were working together. Tsubasa and I don't believe they did anything either, but the others... Ooh, something else has changed, though. Ima's been taking part in the defensive battles. What? You shielded him back at the enemy relay station, remember? He said he's joining the fight for you. I see. That said, he's still as reticent as ever and hardly ever leaves his room otherwise. Oh, okay. Sorry, I have a thought. It has nothing to do with the murder cases. It's just me pointing out that Ima's gonna suck in battle, because he gets a buff when Kako is low HP. Unless he gets a perma buff because she's dead. I guess we'll find out. Who can blame him, though? Other than Tsubasa and me, everybody's suspicious of him. But he did say that he was willing to tell you and only you everything.
Huh?
Really? Yep, so go find him later, okay? Later? Were you expecting me to not act right now after what you just told me? I jumped up and dashed outside immediately. Oh my gosh, he's got posters of her everywhere in his room. Mr. Sumino, first of all, thank you for saving me that day. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you. Don't mention it, really. What I really want to hear from you is some answers. Ima nodded firmly. I was gonna tell you everything after you woke up anyway. Not only because I owe you a debt of gratitude, but also because I'm now sure you couldn't have been the killer.
Huh?
Because the real killer would never risk his own life to save me like that. It is my deepest desire to find the person who killed my dear sister. And then smash their face in with a hammer over and over again until there's nothing left of it.
Huh?
Yet I am but a detective's assistant. I do not deal well with deductions. So I have decided to entrust this earnest wish of mine to you. I have the utmost confidence that you have what it takes to bring the truth to light. I intend to do just that as soon as I get some answers from you. Now, first of all, why didn't you kill Darumi? What? You think the killer is one of us, don't you?
Yeah!
When Kako's body was found, you and Darumi were the only ones not in the gym. Unless you were the killer, but that can't be, right? Whoa! New theory! New theory. They were sleeping together, right? We don't know if the door was locked or not. And I still think it's Darumi that's the killer. What if Darumi drugged Ima and drugged Kako and brought Kako to the gym and had Ima's handkerchief and like somehow talked her into thinking that Ima was dead? I don't know if that's realistic enough, actually. Continue. Unless you were the killer, but that can't be, right? Of course not. If so, from your perspective, only one other person could have been hiding in the storeroom at that point of time. None other than Darumi. Yet you didn't go smash her head in with a hammer until there was nothing left. Why not? Mr. Sumino, I see what you're getting at, and you are right. It was because I knew it was possible for someone else to have been my dear sister's killer. Because there's a hidden exit in that storeroom, right? He nodded slowly in response to my question. He nodded slowly. Opposite the cockpit section of the escape pod lay a heap of metal containers. When we moved the heap away, we found a large ventilation shaft. Ooh, where does it go? Is this it? It's big enough even for Takemaru and Moko to pass through. You are quite right. Have you ever gone inside before? No, sir. I stuck my head into the shaft but couldn't see anything in the pitch black darkness. When did you realize there was a storeroom here? About day 10, I would say. My dear sister found the entrance first. She was the one who brought me here. After that, we would secretly visit this place together whenever we had some free time. It became something like a secret hiding spot of ours. Or said if she didn't drink it, that Ima would be killed. That is also an option. Why didn't you tell anyone? I did not tell you before because I thought you were my dear sister's killer. I did not tell the others because, well, promise me you will not get angry. Okay? Because my sister and I had intended to flee this place together in that escape pod. That's not possible. The door can't be opened manually. We thought we could do something about that by tinkering with the control system in the war room. I sighed and continued the conversation. But you kept this place a secret even after Kako was murdered.
Huh?
If you told us about it, we'd be able to accept your assertion that Kako hadn't killed herself. I promised, my dear sister, that no matter what happened, I would never tell anyone about this place. She had tears in her eyes when she made me promise.
I want us to live together in the Tokyo residential complex again. Just the two of us. But we have to get out of this place first. We'll be killed one day if we stay here.
Yeah!
I believe I may have dropped the handkerchief at that time. Oh, okay, it wasn't planted. He dropped it before.
Huh?
When I was putting it back into my pocket after wiping my dear sister's tears away. This place was our sanctuary. We didn't want anyone else invading our space. Even after my dear sister lost her life, it felt like I would be desecrating her memory by allowing someone else in. That is why I told nobody. Large tears started rolling down Ima's cheeks, and I wordlessly held out his handkerchief to him. Ima accepted the handkerchief and clenched it tightly in his hand. He squeezed his eyes shut, and for a long time after that, his shoulders trembled nonstop. Aww. After Ima had calmed down, we climbed back up to the surface. Tsubasa was in the garage as usual when we stepped inside. Yeah, you're an unusual sight around here. Even more unusual than me being awake. I feel like I've been asleep more often than I have been awake during this timeline. I mean, I already heard about you from Nozomi. She's been going around telling everyone the news, you know? Anyway, what's up? Just wanted to know if there's a recon drone anywhere around here, with lights and cameras if possible. Yes, but what do you need it for? It's kind of hard to explain. Can you just come with us and bring the recon drone? We needed to solve the case. Tsubasa blinked a few times in quick succession at Ima's words. Alright, give me a sec. Uh-oh. If there's a ventilation shaft here, that means... Why? See how it is now? Yeah, exactly. If Kako was killed, the presence of the shaft makes everybody in the academy a suspect. Including the Safers for Shoma's case. Including me? Yet you still brought me here. Does that mean you trust me? Kind of. Sort of. You don't sound very sure. I'll take it though. Okay, let's start. Thanks. We used the drone to investigate the ventilation shaft. As a result, we were able to make a few major discoveries. Right, in summary, this is what we've learned. First of all, the shaft bends in a zigzag shape a few times and extends towards the school building. It splits into a grid structure halfway and connects to different parts of the building. Anyone using this can basically exit from anywhere they like. Now we're playing Among Us. Who's the imposter? Someone vented. However, the bends are extremely narrow and people our size can't possibly get through them. Only someone with a body the size of a small child could have gone through those bends. Hello, Kurata? Shoma himself? Who else is small? I'm more concerned about what we found halfway. Yeah, me too. This thing, right? This thing that got caught on a protrusion in the interior wall. Thankfully, we were able to retrieve it because I had the foresight to attach a robotic arm to the drone. It's a piece of cloth, right? A square green piece of cloth about an inch long. I looked at Ima, then Tsubasa. They looked back at me with wide, questioning eyes. It was apparent they hadn't yet realized the grave implication behind this. Maybe a certain incident had blinded them to the existence of that possibility. I put the piece of cloth in my pocket, looked them both in the eye, and said, Tell everyone to gather at the gym at 7 p.m. tonight. Huh? This is quite sudden. I have another crazy theory. Please, just do it. They turned to look at each other. I don't mind. What will you be doing until then? Well, you'll see. I had enough proof to make my case, but I wanted just one more piece of key evidence. I don't want to shout this next theory because it's absolutely ridiculous. So I went to the back of the school, to the place where Shoma had been stabbed. I spent a few hours thoroughly investigating every nook and cranny. Before long, the sun set, and my shadow started growing longer. It was at that time that I found something. A faint trace of blood on a corner of a rock. It was maybe 30 feet away from where Shoma had been stabbed. I didn't think blood from his injuries could have sprayed that far, which meant... I entered the gym at 7 p.m. sharp to find everybody already gathered there. Eva, you're here too? Yes, I have received an official release. I've been given Eito's room and do not have to sleep in the cage anymore. All credit goes to Takumi and Tsubasa. The remote detonator you suggested has allowed everyone to accept my presence with the greatest peace of mind. I duplicated the device and gave a copy to everyone. I'll pass you yours later, Takumi. You gave everybody a remote detonator to her bomb? Because that doesn't scream danger. That doesn't scream giant mistake. I don't need one.
That aside, what are we all here for?
Well, you'll see. I turned my gaze upward, then slowly lowered my head. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna say my theory. So, Shoma is the only one that wears green. And there was a large supply of drugs stolen from the lab. And if properly diluted, it can slow down your emotional responses without causing someone to be unconscious. So what if Shoma drugged himself so that he could kill people without going into an anaphylactic shock? That sounds absolutely ridiculous because I still don't know what the motive would be. It dulls pain and emotional responses. Isn't that what he said? Isn't that what Yugamu said? And pain. So, I mean, I don't know how he would have stabbed himself like 20 times in the chest. How would he have done that? I don't know. It does sound ridiculous, but he's the only small stature person wearing green. Anyways.
I figured out who killed Kako and stabbed Shoma.
Mr. Sumino, wait a minute, please. You just said with absolute certainty that my dear sister was indeed killed? Yes, the situation points to that fact. Who did it? Ima, I need you to promise me something first. Promise you won't lay a finger on the killer when you realize who they are. I won't tell you the truth unless you promise me that. I saw him gritting his teeth with a scowl on his face. Still, he nodded firmly and said, Fine. I promise that I won't lay a finger on that accursed scum.
Good. All right. Much as I wish I didn't have to do this. Here goes. The person who killed Kako and stabbed Shoma. It was the name of that person.
Come on, Takumi, say it! The suspense is killing me. The person who killed Kako and stabbed Shoma is